Hey everyone, welcome back to another World of Warships Blitz video. So today we're going to look at July's Blitz pass ship, the USS Boise. Obviously we got another Brooklyn class light cruiser here. Historically speaking, Boise, she was a busy ship in World War II. She was in the Pacific Theater for a while, actually assisted in the Allied landings in Italy, and then went back to the Pacific Theater. Before the Korean War kicked off, she was sold to Argentina and was in that navy for about 25 years before they decommissioned her. So the ship saw a long service history. So what are we getting in game? Well, unfortunately for some of us, we all know Tier 7, it's a busy place for American cruisers. You know, obviously we got the Tech Tree New Orleans, we've got Tech Tree Brooklyn, and then we have Helena, obviously Brooklyn, Black Brooklyn, and now the Boise as the four Brooklyn class light cruisers. So what are we getting? Let's do a little comparison between some ships here. We'll look at Helena, which I really like because it's got radar. So we're trading off radar and air defense for sonar and smoke, which is pretty nice to have on the Boise. I'm going to be honest there. Basically, survivability, the same. Maneuverability, pretty close. And what you're going to find here, we can look at the stats of all the ships. Everything on these ships, survivability-wise, maneuverability-wise, gun-wise, they're very, very similar. The only thing that Boise has over its sister ships is a half-second better base reload. The range are all about the same. Actually, Helena's got the least amount of range in the group at 10 kilometers. Secondaries are all basically the same. Same thing with AA. And Boise, I believe, has the best surface detection of the group. You know, Black Brooklyn's got engine accelerator and a rapid reload to play with. Like I said, guys, see what I'm talking about? The stats are very, very similar all the way around. So I look at Boise this way. If you're a newer player looking for something to train your American light cruiser commanders on, Boise's not a bad one. That smoke is nice. Let's be honest. It's like a nice set of training wheels for this ship. I mean, obviously you're a fairly large boat, and sitting in smoke is not the safest thing to do at times. But it gives a nice. I don't want to call it the get out of jail free card, but it gives you some nice options in the early game, where you can kind of crash a cap with your destroyer and pop smoke if need be, and help delete the DD in that cap, and then make a run for it around an island or something like that. Because, you know, the other nice thing, well, blessing and curse. The experienced players, we all know this. These cruisers have absolutely suborbital arcs on the main guns. The slow shell speeds and high arcs. I mean, you gotta, on a maneuvering ship that's running from you at full speed, you gotta lead like a mile ahead of them. But yeah, it's not a terrible ship. Now, the issue I had here with on equipment wise, I was trying to run main battery mod 2 to get the better reload time down. I was getting main gun stripped off left and right. Actually, in the gameplay, you're going to see it where I played one game with the main battery mod 2 up, and then I switched over to main battery mod 1 just to get better turret traverse speed. And then I'm running acceleration, and I'm running detection, trying to be able to be aggressive early game with the ship. That's the whole point of that, trying to get that surface detection down. Obviously, supplies, you know, I see them running high-grade coal, improved crew rations, refined diesel. So with the build I have, obviously, survivability didn't change much. Maneuverability, obviously, we got a decent acceleration. Not great, but decent. 8-second reload on the guns, best we can do. Obviously, with the crew rations, it's going to drop just a little bit. Range 10.73 kilometers, not bad. Basic American HE and AP shells. Got that surface detection down to with running high grade coal. You're about 7 kilometers, so it's not bad at all. Elite ship bonus here. I didn't see the point in going AA specialization. You really don't have grade AA to begin with. It's better to get a little more max speed and help your turrets traverse a little bit faster so you can maneuver better. Camouflages. I'm assuming the all guns blazing camo is going to be the special camo in the more expensive Blitz pass. It's honestly, it is the better camo in this case. I mean, the historical camo looks real nice. I love the look of it. But stat-wise, hit points, main battery firing range, I mean, those are nice. But the large caliber AA and torpedo damage reduction, really kind of unnecessary when you look at this one. Gives you everything you really want. Ship speed, firing range, shell dispersion, and hit points. So yeah, that's my my favorite there. Obviously, we come in with 2 smoke 1s and 2 sonar 1s to play with. I kind of like it, you know. Skill wise, like I said, I think it's a pretty decent ship for those of you that have missed out on the bulk of the other cruisers at the tier. You know, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. She's a solid ship. She does her job. I don't see her being a. I don't want to say she's not memorable by any stretch of the imagination. She's just a solid ship, does its job, and not a bad option. Like I said, if you are short on premium American cruisers and you want something to level your commanders up with. I played around with a lot of commanders here. I just dropped Halsey on just because I wanted to see when I had low hit points if the Adrenaline Rush Plus would work better. And it seems to work nice. The other thing is getting the Victorious Charge Plus. If you can, you know, you take a little damage in the early trade and you're able to knock out the enemy destroyer quick, getting a little more hit points back, never a bad thing in a cruiser. But I played around with a bunch of them. I played with Chandler. Chandler. I played with Chandler. Not a bad choice. I mean, I wouldn't run IFHE Plus on this ship. I would definitely run APCS because when you run into other light cruisers, you're going to actually hammer them with your AP. But Chandler, I didn't even build him out, but already came equipped with the smoke, so I said, well, we'll run with it. Worked out nice. You get an extra sonar. Not bad. Extra healing, but almost any American commander will work with this ship. So if you're training up, say you're going up the Worcester line and looking for a good commander trainer and you don't have a bunch of premium American cruisers, this one might be worth a pickup for you. So with that, I've run long enough here. Let's get the gameplay up for you. I got 2 games just back to back. Like I said, one was with Turret Traverse. The other one was with faster reload on the main guns. Like I said, I got them stripped off a lot. So anyways, I'll get the games up for you and hope you enjoy it. Oh, what do we got? Ryujo, Nagato, New Mexico, Fuso, Surrey, Algier, and a Black Scan A. Alright, let's see what we can do with this thing. I'm not sure about this ship. It's a fine. It's a fine ship. It doesn't do anything wrong. It's got a couple nice skills. Good luck and fair seas. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't a big fan of the Brooklyn class cruisers. All right, so let's go over here and support the DeGrasse over here. I don't think we've got the AA to take down this this particular squadron of planes, but we got one. All right, there's the Algier. Slow down. All Alright, thing we got to remember, that was like really good, running into the aircraft torpedoes. I mean, the one thing we do have to remember, we have the American suborbital arcs with this. And look how slow the shells are. Alright, see if we can dodge out of that battleship salvo. Not quite. Damn it. And I'm not running. I don't think I'm running reload boost on my yeah, Nagato. I gotta back out of this. Really, a 0 pen? Alright, let's go back to let's go to the HE, test that out. Pop smoke now. Alright. Oh, yoy. Algiers out of the way. Nagato's just out of my range. Yeah, I should be able to hit him. Alright, there's a target we can handle. Pop our sonar now. Alright, I mean, for a destroyer hunter, it's fantastic. Dodge out of his torpedoes. Swap back over to the HE. I mean, I feel bad for Doria. I can't do much to help him. All I can do is stay behind this island and lob it. Which, I mean, that's the good thing about these ships, is you can lob islands like no issues. If we can start another fire, that'd be great. He's trying to heal up. I got a smoke coming back in 4 seconds. Let's get this. Alright, Fuso's out. Okay, good. This game much better than I thought it would. Alright, we're a little close. I'll pop smoke here in a second, because I really don't want to get blasted by a Nagato salvo. Oh. Nah, he's dead. So, test the AP out on this Ryujo here in a second. Yeah, he's not going to live long enough. Let's see what we get. Full pins? No, he didn't have enough health for really to check. We'll do another game, but as I'm sitting there saying I don't know how good the ship is, I MVP with it. I mean, it's fine. It's a fine ship. It's just, I don't know. It's just average. I mean, the Rook did a hell of a job there. All right, let's just go ahead and. Oh no, I do have reload mod on there. I need to check that off. Alright, so we're going to try it with reload mod off, since we got a lot of gunshot off. Let's try it with turret traverse. Again, like I said, I've been just playing with it, and like I said, she's a fine ship. She's just... just not great. I guess that's the best way to describe it. All right, what we got? Gneisenau, New Mexico, Flint, Atlanta, Uganda, Sims, and an Akatsuki. Well, I know a Flint and Atlanta get absolutely just decimated by this ship. The testing I've done against those ships, you know, it's multiple citadels with the AP. Uganda's a little bit heavier of a cruiser, so I haven't really faced off against one. Alright, so we're going to support the stored. We're going to go in with AP. We got a smoke ready to go. So, I mean, we can be somewhat aggressive in the early game because we do have the smoke at least to try to help. You know, if he can detect that destroyer for me, if that destroyer is going into sea cap, we can just take it right out. Can't quite tell what battleship that is. Alright, destroyers and sea cap. Sims. Now, that's the only issue I have with this ship is you got to watch that slow shell velocity. Alright, let's see if I can take him out now. Nope, not quite. Oh well. Flint! We'll go ahead and pop the smoke now since we can do it. As long as Flint stays detected, I should be able to hammer him if my shells can actually get there before. Look how much I'm leading this guy. So something to keep in mind if you guys get this ship, the shell arcs are, you know, going around the moon before they get to your target. All right. Just swap over to the HE now. Should be able to farm Gneisenau now. I mean, look at those things. We got a chance now. He's going to run into the island at least. Just got to remember we got a Sims floating around out here. All right. Looks like he's focusing on stored. Nose into Gneisenau. Oh, he's not looking at us. Beautiful. That's even better. Right, not quite in range of the secondaries, but we can fix that. I think we can play a little more aggressive now. And I don't know exactly where Sims is, so I got to be careful with that. But
nice shot. Requesting assistance.
double fire set on them, or you just damage conned it. Alright, so Sims is floating around. We still got the Akatsuki playing around out there. I don't want to waste that sonar yet. Although I think I might have to. Well, he's not in B cap, so... Alright, he's in C. Alright, we'll let him stew back there. Let's go help out A cap. For some reason, they're having a little bit of issue. If I can position myself right around this island correctly, then I can keep him from taking B cap. No, I didn't lead quite enough now, did I? Alright, that should be a dead Uganda. Should be able to lob the island. Nope, not quite. Alright, Surrey, you're going to take out the Sims? Okay, perfect. It looks like Uganda shot its torpedoes. He's a dead man, okay. All we got left is the 2 DDs. I'm not detected, so where are they? There it is.
Hit the enemy. Target hit. Enemy team captured the area.
I should be able to dodge out his torpedoes.
Our team captured the area. Enemy ship destroyed.
I mean, it's a hell of a destroyer hunter. And Sims is in B cap. This wasn't a great test of the, there he is.
Our team is about to win.
Throw about a mile of lead on him there, and maybe we can hit him. Feel like I'm skeet shooting, trying to lead a clay target. All right, good job, Surrey. So yeah, Boise. I mean, great. It's a fine ship. It's just, I don't know. Is it an exciting ship? No. Does it do its job? Yes. If you're trying to learn the American cruiser arcs with the guns, it's a great one to get. But again, it's nothing really special. But like I said, it does its job. And I don't know what else I can ask for the ship. It does its job. Is it super fun to play? I don't think so. But like I said, I'm kind of let's just say it's not as I'm not as excited about this one as I was last month with the Sydney. Sydney has so much potential with the surface detection and its particular skill set. Boise's it's just a solid ship. Nothing special, does its job. Not much more you can ask for it. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.